Good afternoon, friends, followers, and channel members. Welcome to Hannover, and our usual Friday stream at a different time. No Friday Night Live tonight. I'm unavailable this evening, but I thought we'd be able to squeeze in one last flight before the week is out. No streams this weekend either, I'm afraid. Once again, I'm away as per last weekend. So hopefully this will see us through until next week. Friday afternoon, no better way to end the working week. Hopefully schools are all just finishing for the weekend, and well, hopefully if you're at work, there aren't too many hours left before your weekend starts. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming on board. Our flight time today is around about an hour, I think. 1 hour 2 minutes to be precise. ATC has just come online for us as well, so we'll speak to them momentarily. The operational flight plan, let's get that in the chat for you to download and have a look if you wish. The music seems quite exciting for a Friday, doesn't it? Setting the mood nicely. We may have to calm the cabin crew down. Let me just pin that message in the chat. There you go. OFP is now ready to go. So welcome on board. Good to see everyone. Trini, Dark Fury, J-Hog, Lewis, Old Novice Pilot, Aki, CT90, and Ensom, Fran Steves, Aviation Passionate from Toulouse. Finnish Sim Pilot, good morning. Barry Barton, Mark, Rotofib, Terry. Michael, what time's pushback? As soon as we're ready to go. Can anyone hear the real-life PTU in the background? What's annoying First Officer George? I bet he's heard something outside. Oh well, we'll let him scare the neighbours off. Peter Scarab, good afternoon to you. Peter, we were in your neck of the woods not so long ago. We came to Copenhagen to visit you, but sadly you must have been working because you weren't there. Dr. Magic loving the power ballads. Yeah, Friday afternoon power ballad. Why not? David Brown, good afternoon. Off the wall photography, you were actually not far off. This is like sitting in the back. Bet the pilot is sat there programming the McDo. I wasn't far off. I was actually tapping away on a few things, just getting a few things sorted, and I'll take you through those momentarily. Oh, Peter, good afternoon again. Yeah, Peter, thank you so much for your very early donation today, Peter. Thank you so much for that. Say another stream, another donation, Peter. Thank you so much. Hope the job is still holding its own for you and keeping you busy. Marvin, good morning to you as well. Lewis Aviation, hope you're well. Recovering from your loss yesterday, Lewis. Was it yesterday or the day before? Howling Crazy, good morning. Is it morning where you are? Across the pond? I would expect it's probably still morning where you are. Rotofib, off the wall. Sorry, I'm just going through them. I don't like missing anybody. And Top Gun as well. Christian, good morning to you as well. Trini, your first officer is also in the flight deck. Jack, the flight deck. Jack, the dog. Oh, my FO is not that little. He's a medium-sized FO. Medium-sized FO. Right. Shall we hop on board and see what's what? Right, I'm going to have to let the first officer out because I can't listen to First Officer George for the next hour. We'll see how he calms down. Just bear with me. I need to kick him out of here because he's very upset about some courier delivery taking place at the other side of the airport. Just bear with me 1 second, guys. Oh, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. First officer has been relieved of duty. Right, let's come down to the flypad. Get the information in from Simreef. A little look at the weather. QNH 1024 as per the ATIS that's now available. We'll check that out as well in a moment. And let's have a look then at our operational flight plan. So, fuel-wise today, let's see, what are we thinking fuel-wise? We have got just under 4 tons of fuel. Looking at that, 4 tons of fuel. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the weather en route. Now, I believe it's raining at Stansted. Not that should affect us. But let's have a look at this. We've got low cloud base as well. If that cloud base drops any lower with the visibility, there's a potential for an auto land, so something to keep an eye on whilst we're in the cruise. In fact, everything around London looks a bit naff, doesn't it? Although still legally we are allowed to use Luton as our alternate, because the visibility is good enough for the alternate kinds of arrival, non-precision approaches. So that's okay. Let's just have a look at the forecast then for Stansted at the moment. 6,000 metres visibility, light rain, overcast 400 feet, fog. So I'm just looking here. So it's going to be becoming rainy and drizzly. Yeah, we'll have to read some charts, see when LVPs come to force, and of course listen to the 80s when we get a little bit closer as well. Okay, so there's a little potential for some weather on at our arrival airport. Let's also have a look at the SIGMET charts as we're coming down. So there's our route today, basically straight across. We'll fly over Amsterdam as well, and other than that, we've got high pressure all over Europe at the moment. Once that this weather front's passed over in England, we should benefit that high pressure this weekend, so I think we should get some nice weather here in the UK over the weekend. Alright, so fuel, let's think about this. Auto land potential, it's there's no real reason why we shouldn't be able to get in. Winds are fine as well from what I saw, but because obviously when the weather closes in on any airports, there's a tendency just to get backed up a little bit, so you may expect to hold for a little longer than normal. 4.5 tons I think is conservative, so we'll go with that. I can't really come up with a reason strong enough to take any more. So 4.5 tons, please, guys. Let's go and get that. In. Okay, refueling is underway. Aircraft is in a turnaround state, as we can see. So we're going to get the APU started. 1, 2, 3. There we go. APU is up and running. Already done the checks, etc., for the flight. So we're now just going to have a look at. We now just want to have a look at sort of getting the clearance. Now, with ATC online, what I'm going to try and do is I'm just going to turn on the Hoppies ACAR system, and then hopefully we can get a pre-departure clearance, which would be quite nice. So let's just connect that. There we go. So now we should be able to. Let's just get the ATIS as well.
Broken 2,300 feet. Temperature 3. Dew point -3 QNH 1024 trend. Nosy Hanover information Bravo. Out. Hanover information Bravo. Met report time 1450 Zulu. Expect ILSV approach runway 09 left or 09 right runways in use 09 left and 09 right. Transition level 60 when airborne 131.325. Wind 110 degrees 8 knots variable between 080 and 150 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers clouds. Broken 2,300 feet. Temperature 3. Dew point -3 QNH 1024 trend. Nosy Hanover information Bravo. Out.
Okay, so we're going to request 09 left for departure. Let's just
Hanover
come off the
Bravo.
ATIS there. So we're going to send that departure request. We're at gate 4, ATIS Alpha. We've got the station in there. Call sign Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, and and you can see just in the free text I've requested 09 left for departure, just because that's what the flight plan is. Just make things a bit simpler for us. So let's send that off and see if we get something back. Whilst we're doing that, then we'll go through and we'll sort out everything else. APU should be up and running. There it is. So we'll get the APU bleed on. Leave that running for a minute or so. So welcome to everyone who's just come into the chat as well. Thanks for stopping by this Friday afternoon. So the overhead is all where it should be. Fuel pumps are off, etc. Whilst refueling's underway, we've got. Oh, there we go. There is our call. Request is received. Request being processed. Stand by. Fantastic. Okay, yeah. Just clear the ATC message. Cleared to Stansted off 09 right. Okay, Taxi 1 Golf, climb 4000, squawk 2420. Request start at 12017. Right, okay, we'll cover that in a second. So, didn't honour the request sadly, so it's going to be the VATSIM Golf for our departure today. And 120175, that's going to be the startup request, which is the tower frequency, 12017. Let's just pop that squawk in as well, which is 2420. And we'll just Wilco that, send that all off. Okay, I'll leave that message there just for the time being. And that initial climb as well, 4,000. Okay, so there's our request. Let's just continue, make sure everything's set up as it is. So overhead's fine. We've got current QNH 1014. Pedestal is all set up, and we've got 1 second. Clearance has been confirmed. There we are. And turn off the ATC message, otherwise it'll keep binging as well. Onto the FCU. So flight directors 1 and 2 on. QNH is 1024. Turn on the constraints 4,000 feet. And obviously all the screens on that are set up for us. Right, let's have a look at setting up the box for our departure. So Peter, you should establish two-way radio comms before doing any PDC. Yeah, interesting that. So on the VATSIM, it just say pre-departure clearance is obviously available. This is kind of where I think it confuses people, myself included. If I was to establish the two-way comms, obviously en route with centre controls, stuff like that, absolutely comms first before anything else. But on the ground, when they're able to send you pre-departure clearance, I guess the first thing you'd say anyway when you contacted them was, you know, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, where it stand blah blah blah, request departure. In which case, that kind of defeats the object, does it? Does it not? Anyway, let's go back to setting the box up. Data IRS, we've got a 3 nav green. Check our aircraft status. We've got LEAP engines, valid AirX cycle onto the init page. So as you can see, I've already loaded in the init A. That ACARS has been brought in. So Echo Golf Golf Whiskey, London Luton. Luton's nowhere near London, but it makes the airport sound more impressive, doesn't it? It's like Oxford Airport now. It's now London Oxford Airport. It's a good hour outside of London, at least on a good day. Cost index of 8, flight level 380 minus 58. And the tropo is 35876. So our departure then is now going to be 09 right for departure, and it's the VATSIM Golf. Insert. Now, funnily enough, our arrival here in Stansted today on the flight plan, we've got runway 22 showing. Runway 22 is in use in real life, however, according to ATIS at Stansted on the VATSIM network, it appears they're using runway 04. I'm going to just double check that. I can obviously change it whilst en route, but if we can get up-to-date information, we might as well. It just saves us faffing about a little bit later on, doesn't it? So let me just have a quick check. Yeah, runway 4 is still in use. Okay, so best laid plans. So ILS 04. I think the star's still the same though. It's going to be the Rinis 1 Alpha. There it is. Ooh, missed it. There we go. Rinis 1 Alpha coming in via Abbott. A distance of 405 miles, 381 miles, because runway 4 actually extends our flight time. We have to fly around the airport and come back in rather than getting a nice direct in. So, never mind. RadNav page here at Hannover. Let's have a look. Not familiar with Hanover, so we'll have a quick check. We've got the Hotel Alpha Delta VOR, which will pop in there to the RadNav page. That's done. And on the fixers page, we're going to enter the waypoint, or rather the VOR November India Echo. That's our engine out holding point should anything go bang. And I want a radial of 001 on there. I tell you what, November India Echo will also pop in the RadNav page. So we've got that as well. Okay, passengers, I think we can now start to get you guys boarded. When self-loading cargo decides to play ball. And John T1 Scotland on Twitch. Mate, thank you so much for the Tier 1 subscription. Really do appreciate that, John T. Very, very kind. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Hope you're having a good day. Not flying to Scotland today, but I think where we are flying, the weather's going to be even worse than where you are up in Scotland. It's rainy and miserable, but hey, that's just the UK. Peter, that's really interesting. So I can pick your brains here, Peter, with regards to a PDC before hearing it on the radio. What would general question? I think we can all learn from this. What would your pilot say if they came on radio and then were to proceed with a PDC request? What would they say to you? Hi, we're here. We're now going to send our request off. They may as well do it by voice. Obviously, if it's very busy, we know that it can save time. Let's go to our ATSU page and get the Airbus boarded. So AOC menu, weight and balance, and today the payload is now being entered. So we can see the payload's climbing. We've got a zero fuel weight today of 54.4. So we can now grab that. Or the zero fuel weight. I can enter that manually, can't I? So 54.4. We'll put a standard CFG in, which is 30. There we go. And the tailwind of 3 for our departure. Fuel planning, we've got 3.3, and we're taking 4.4 tons. Fuel for the alternate according to the OFP is only 500 kilograms. Let's just be a little bit conservative. Let's go 0.7. And then once that's entered, that gives an extra flight time of 18 minutes. Not quite sure what the format error is that's just come up there, because everything seems to be entered correctly. Right, onto the performance page then. Let's have a look, see if we can cut some time off our taxi. Now again, I don't know this airport very well, so we'll have a look at some intersection departures and see what's available. So full length off down to hotel. Let's see. Oh, hang on, wrong runway. Could we possibly depart from Delta? Save us a bit of time. Let's have a look. So we're on 09 right now. From Delta will be 1970. Let's bring the app SimSmart in and find out. So it's going to be 09 right. Latest meta. That all looks good. So it's dry, anti-ice. Do you know? I've not even looked outside. What's the cloud layer like? Oh no, anti-ice not required for the departure today. Looking at that. So anti-ice will be off. Our takeoff weight should be, with extra fuel on board, we've ordered 0.6 tons extra. For takeoff weight should be 58, it's now going to be 58.6. Let's just be conservative again, let's go 58.8. Takeoff CFG is forward, flex, config 1, packs off, and calculate. Now that is full length. That's light, isn't it? Not many passengers on board today. I suddenly saw a very high flex, but not the longest runway. So given how light we are, let's just go to the options, and I want to be able to use runway intersections. Press OK. If I reset that, will that now let me enter? Or I'll have to restart the app. I may have to restart the app for those changes to take effect. 05 right. Oh no, I don't. Fantastic. So what did I say? 58.8 tons. The takeoff weight. Takeoff thrust flex. Config 1. Packs off. And I'm going to not use the full runway length. We're going to use delta, which is 1970. Okay, and calculate. Ah, lovely. That'll do. So let's go ahead, use that information. Raspberry Music says, does the performance calculator work for US airports yet? Yes and no at the moment. It's still in beta testing. I think that's what myself and some of the beta testers are trying. Essentially, we're just trying to break the app before it's released. Right, let's get all this in. So we have V1 126, VR is 128, V2 is 132. Transition altitude here is 5,000 feet. Thrust reduction acceleration is 1167. Yeah, so that's all good. Thrust reduction, acceleration, engine acceleration. That's okay. We can leave that as it is. The flaps 1 and the flex 64. Great stuff. That's fine. So, I think we're almost about ready to start doing our departure brief. Final few passengers are coming on board now. Late evening sun for us. There's not going to be much sun in the UK when we get there, I'll tell you that. Right then, so weather here in Hannover is rather nice, as we can see. We've got that METAR just there. You can see it's broken 2,600 feet. 2 good runways, and our takeoff weight is going to be much lower than the maximum landing weight. And so coming back here is not going to be any issue should anything go wrong after departure. Aircraft is the experimental version, of course, of the A320NX from fly-by-wire. No NOTAMs here at Hannover that we need to be concerned with. Threats to be aware of. My unfamiliarity of this airport. I can't remember if I've ever departed from Hannover. I think we've landed here, but I don't think I've ever departed from here. So we need to make sure we're paying particular attention to the taxiways. So that is one threat. Minimum safe altitude around this particular airport is quite low. I think it's 2,800 feet. Yeah, 2,800. What can we expect then? Let's talk about the taxi. So we're going to push back. I'm presuming we're going to be facing southeast here on Lima 1. And then I would expect us to be told to go via Charlie to Alpha, and we'll let them know that we can take intersection Delta for our departure. On the standard instrument departure, our turn begins at either 2 miles from Hannover VOR, which let me just turn that on because we've got that on VOR 1. There it is. So it's either going to be 2 miles or when we're above 600 feet, whichever is later. So I would imagine perhaps 2 miles will be later than 600 feet. After that, it's a left-hand turn. Right, let me just quickly go through the flight plan page, and I want to ensure that we've got no discontinuities and clear those out. I can also at this point check that all of these waypoints are correct. So we've got Delta Victor 150, then 151, which is basically getting us through this turn, and then we've got November India Echo, which is also our engine out point. And then we've got VATSIM, we've got discontinuity there, and a duplicate waypoint, so let's clear that, clear the continuity. Wonderful. Okay, emergency brief. So, standard Airbus emergency brief. It's a standard engine out departure here as well, and this is quite nice. So, if something goes bang after V1, then standard engine out will pull the heading bug whilst we sort ourselves out and secure the engine. Once we're at 1,700 feet, we can make a left turn towards the November India Echo. Well, nicely, that's already programmed in for us just here, so I can get the autopilot back on, and that will get us nicely to November India Echo, at which point we'll enter the hold, and the hold inbound track is 181, and it's a right-hand turns. So, my apologies to any questions that have come up during the chat whilst I'm doing my departure brief, etc. We'll have plenty of time in the cruise if I have missed anything important, so feel free to ask me then. Great stuff. I think we're about done.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our EasyJet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Thanks a lot.
Rusty Dog, don't delete the manual entries in the flight plan. No, they're there for a reason. That's the point where ATC should give you vectors. If no ATC is online, just vector yourself. Simple Takeoff, do you like the scenery for this airport? It is great. I'm not sure why we've not flown here more often. I don't think it's it's not really a main EasyJet hangout. Certainly not this time of year. But there we go. Rusty Dog, I'm not sure if the ACARS panel is also available in the dev version, but it obviously is here working in the experimental version. Right, so before start checklist to the line, cockpit preparation is completed, signs are on and auto. Ideas, we've had 3 nav green, that fuel quantity is 4480 kilograms and balanced. FMGS is now set, altimeter is 1024 and that's 190 feet. Talia Johnson, good afternoon to you. You've been a member for 13 months. G'day. Hope nobody decides to go to the last second and delay takeoff. I heard a funny story yesterday that I'll tell you when we're in the cruise. Right, let's look at getting going, shall we? I'll call the ground crew up. Then they can be getting into position.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. My name is Gavin, and I would like to welcome you on board this EasyJet aircraft. We expect a good flight with you today with no weather problems showing in front of us, so we should be pushing back within the next few minutes or so. For now, the ground crew have now finished loading the last of the baggage into the aircraft, so if you could get yourself seated and secured, then we can make sure we can depart on time. The cabin crew will shortly be providing their safety demonstration video, so it would be appreciated if you could give them your full attention.
Okay, sir.
Special
The
welcome
bypass
to
gate
our
is
EasyJet
installed. All
Symbolic
doors and
members,
hatches
and
closed
if you
and
wish
all
to
ground
inquire about
equipment
the
is
cabin
removed.
member, please
Standing by
contact
for
the
pushback.
cabin crew. All our EasyJet Symbolic members are of course entitled to free drinks throughout the flight. Thanks very much, and we'll give you an update once we are airborne.
Okay, ground crew is in place. Let's call ATC up and tell them that we're about ready to go.
Cabin crew, we're all ready to go, so please arm the doors and cross-check. Thank you.
So that departure frequency for us is 12017. Hannover Tower, good afternoon, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, stand for, ready to push with information Alpha.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, Breme Hannover Tower low, Charlie is current and pushback is approved.
Information Charlie current and pushback approved, stand for Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, get the beacon light on, check the acupressure, start the timer, and transponder to auto. So windows and doors are closed and armed, beacon light is on, phone's on silent, parking brake is on.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push. Parking brake set.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Okay, we're ready to go. Let's release that brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Back we go, just slow that speed down a little bit. Okay, so engine mode selected to start and starting engine 1. Very quick look outside. Unlock the flight deck door. I always forget to do that. I find this airport quite heavy on the frame rates, unfortunately. So, no sudden movements. So, I expect our taxi routine to take us down here, and that's our intersection departure just there.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Martin,
we now
I've turned off the first
attention
officer
to our
displays just to save
safety
frame rates. That's the only
procedures
reason.
on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt
Starting
lights
engine
are
2.
on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with
You may
EasyJet.
disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Cleared to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
So engine 2 is
Holding
now
position, waiting for the visual. Thank you
spooled up and
goodbye.
available. Say goodbye to the tug. Have to start flows. Engine mode selector to normal. APU bleed can come off. APU can come off. Anti-ice is off. Arm the spoilers. Rudder trim and flaps 1. What's happening to that engine mode selector? It did this yesterday. I think this is since sim update number 8, isn't it? For some reason I have to turn it to crank in order to get it back to the normal mode. Anyway, that's now done. And set the trim. Okay, after start checklist, anti-ice is off, ECAM status is checked, pitch trim is 24.5, rudder is 0. Flight control check, full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral rudder, full right rudder, full left, and neutral. And Tower Alpine 34 Alpha Mike is ready for taxi on Lima 1.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, taxi to holding point, runway 09 right, via Lima 1, Charlie, Alpha and Echo.
Taxi via Lima 1, Charlie, Alpha and Echo at holding point 09 right, and we can take intersection Delta for departure.
Cockpit, you can choose the intersection on your own.
We'll go 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, slightly different routing to planned, so it's going to be Lima 1, and then Charlie, Alpha, and then we're not going to use Echo. It's going to be Delta. So yeah, it's not actually. It is the right routing. It is the routing we expected. Okay, all is well. Let's get the lights on. A little bit of thrust. We'll start to move. Okay, do the PETS check. So performance hasn't changed. Engine out procedure is standard. Left turn at 1700 feet to November India Echo. Enter the hold. Inbound track is 181. Departure is the VATSIM 1 Golf. Stop climb is 4,000 feet. Just navigate this next turn. And then we'll clear up the ECAM. Not a long taxi today, really, is it? Nice and short.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please.
The fact that we're not very heavy also means the aircraft will roll away on its own under idle thrust as well. Okay, before takeoff, checklist to the line. So flight controls are checked.
43 Alpha Mike, wind 100 degrees, head north, runway 09 right, cleared for takeoff, goodbye.
Cleared for takeoff 09 right, and just confirm departure frequency, please.
Alpine 43 Alpha Mike, 131.325.
13132. Thanks for the service. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Bye bye. So before takeoff, checklist to the line. Flight controls have been checked. Departure briefing is confirmed. Flaps setting config 1 FMA and takeoff data 126 blue, 132 magenta, climb nav blue, 1 FD2, 4000 blue, flex 64. Transponder is on. ECAM memo takeoff no blue. Okay, we've been given the clearance. And that 131325, that's on standby. I might actually change to that before we go. We don't get the tower to tell us. It's an immediate contact after takeoff. So we'll do that before beginning the takeoff roll. Just reduce the workload a little bit. Okay, so just before we enter the active, check the approach path. All looks good. Wheel temperatures as well should come up on the ECAM. We'll check those manually ourselves. They're fine. Okay, enter the active. Lights on. Packs off. Loving that low-lying sun at this time of day. JF89, oh, thank you so much, Jeff, for your very kind €4.99 super chat saying, nice to see departing from your hometown. Good flight and greetings from Hanover, just a few kilometres from the airport. Well, I hope the weather looks the same as it does out your window here in the sim. That would be really nice. So let's get this lineup sorted. Before takeoff checklist, below the line, cabin is secured, engine mode selector is normal, TCAS, TARA, we've not done that yet. Let's get lined up. Then we'll do that, swap over the frequencies. There's a lot of rubber on this runway. Hey HD, good to see you. You must be having a busy day. I shall speak to you soon. Thanks for dropping in. TCAS. There we go. Let's run that checklist again. Cabin is secured, engine mode selector is normal, TCAS, TARA, packs are off, anti-ice is off. Swap frequencies, 131.325, and we're good to go. Okay, takeoff, start the chrono, 50% M1. Engines are stable, set takeoff thrust. Man flex, SRS, runway. Checked. V1, rotate. Little bit of rudder input just to keep us nice and level. There we go, that's nav. Gears coming up. Nice and level till 2 miles, remember. 2 miles on that departure. Sorry, 1.6 miles. 1.6, different departure. 1.6. Oh no, it is 2 miles. I'm confusing myself here. It is 2 miles. Anyway, that's thrust climb. Climb. That's 2 miles. We'll now get the anti-ice turned on. Activate autopilot 1. Pack 2, come on. Departure Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, passing 2,600 for 4,000, VATSIM 1 Golf departure.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, frame radar identified, climb flight level 100.
Flight level 100, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Pop that into thrust climb, open climb, and flight level 100 blue. Release the cabin crew. It's a gorgeous time of day, isn't it, in the sim to fly this time of day. Now, I wonder how many of you noticed it was seamless, or at least I hoped it was. My mouse cursor ran out of batteries. Well, not the cursor, the mouse itself. The wireless mouse ran out of batteries, so I quickly switched to the backup, which is plugged in all the time now. We've had it happen before on stream, to the wired version, so we're good. Nice and seamless. At least I hoped it was.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike Unicorn 1228.
Over to Unicom now. Thank you so much,
Please keep
Alpine
your
34 Alpha
seatbelt
Mike. Bye bye.
fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at
Thrust climb,
each
up
end
climb,
of the
flight level
cabin.
200 blue
Remember
now.
that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
So I'm going over to Unicom, which is why we gave ourselves a higher climb now. We're the masters of our own altitude now. 1228. There we go. Howling Crazy, yeah, release the cabin crew just by, well, they would normally use the passenger signs. They just flick off the passenger seatbelt signs quick, off them, back on again, so the cabin crew know they're safe. But if I do that, self-loading cargo doesn't like it because it plays both announcements, seatbelt signs coming on, blah blah blah, seatbelt signs off, blah blah blah. So I just use the no smoking signs. Mark, threats to be aware of, mouse battery running out. Yes, but we've got the backup and it's there now all the time without any delay, so hopefully you guys didn't see too much disorientation there. Let's get rid of the anti-ice. And that's it now, chasing the sun all the way to Stansted. Happy now as well. Let's get the seatbelt signs off. Release the passengers. Passing 10,000 feet, we'll get the lights off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now turned off the seatbelt sign and you are now free to move around the cabin. We do recommend, however, when in your seat, that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. The toilets are now available. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
And we're good to continue our climb at flight level 380. Got the glare coming across with that low sun. Alright guys, happy Friday. Hope we've all got something good for the weekend lined up. So I do think we've got some ATC coming into England, so that will be nice when we get there. Might take the opportunity while we climb through the next 20,000 feet or so, 10,000 feet. No, 20,000 feet to find some new AAA batteries. I've normally got some knocking around. We've got the wired mouse, but the wireless, I just feel much more free. The problem is now, the kids steal them all for use in various toys and Xbox controllers. Oh, I think I'm going to be out of luck there. Oh well, never mind. Wired it is. We're going to be wired all the way. Mark, fish and chips night. Oh, the great British tradition. Fish and chips on a Friday. I always tend to find we usually have a pizza on a Friday night. Pizza night's Friday night, and then I quite fancy fish and chips on a Saturday night. But then for some reason our fish and chip local closes early on a Saturday evening. Well, I say closes early. They don't open at all. They're open Saturday daytime, but not in the evening. So Christian, you're flying to Heathrow tomorrow just to do some spotting. Oh, that sounds fantastic. We're all very jealous. Talia, one of your best investments for the computer was a wireless mouse that's usable whilst recharging. Oh, yeah, so you can plug it in as well and it recharges at the same time, I think, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, specs, can I demonstrate the ATSU menu and what the functional flyby simulated? So the ATSU menu is just a way of basically setting the aircraft up. that's the ATC menu. That's for if you're using the A cars flying on VATSIM. The AOC menu, that's where you pull the information from SimBrief. If you're using SimBrief for your flight plans, you can use you can get a weather request. You can request the ATIS, so the ATIS for London Stansted, for example. I'm going to send that off now because we could probably do with knowing that. So yeah, it's just a way of getting information, really. Silent LD, is it batter or scraps for me? It's got to be batter, although I don't mind the scraps. It's both. There's that many mouths to feed. Company message. Runway use is still 04. Okay, so let's just see. We have planned 04. I've not got the charts for 04. Actually, no, I think I have. I think I have got charts for 04. Let's just see what the arrival looks like. I can clear out the RadNav page as well. Actually, now we're above 10,000 feet. So let me clear out the RadNav. We'll clear off the fixes so we get rid of that blue line that you can see on the top right hand side of the navigation display. We'll go to the fixes page. Clear that out. Now let's just have a look at the flight plan and see what we've got coming into Stansted. Actually, that looks pretty spot on. I'll show you the chart in a moment. I've got Navigraph reinstalled for anyone that was watching the stream yesterday, which was annoying. Couldn't show you the charts. Yep, so that is our arrival. It looks a bit daft, but that's just because of the fast speed we're doing at the moment. But basically, we're coming via Abbott, Barkway 15, and then let me just show you the RNAV arrival. Oh. What's that? Have we got some more ATC? We do! Is that Langdon radar 13565? Yeah, 13565. I'll come back to that in a second then.
Echo Whiskey, Echo Bravo, Lang Radar, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, hello there. Just wanted to ask if we're within your airspace. We're planning a VFR direct Echo Bravo November Mike.
Sierra Echo Whiskey, Echo Bravo, confirm your position at the moment?
Yeah, just give us a second.
Just waiting for a gap in ATC comms, then we can make the call. Langdon radar, good afternoon, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, passing flight level 3004, requesting 380, please direct Oscar Sierra November.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, Langen, good afternoon to you, identified, climb flight level 380, direct Tenley.
Climb flight level 380, direct Tenley for Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Lufthansa 6 Kilo Alpha, wind 030 degree, 10 knots, runway 05 right, clear takeoff.
Lufthansa 6 Kilo Alpha, 05.
Now, I want to check this Direct 2 works, because it didn't yesterday. Let's check we're going the right way.
Requesting to climb flight level.
For anyone wondering where Amsterdam is, Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport is around 120 miles away.
771, continue climb flight level 270 and switch Unicom 122.8.
Climb flight level 270 and switch Unicom. Thank you, bye bye.
Cheers.
Yeah, so just quickly coming back to that arrival. Here it is from Abbott.
Sorry for the delay. We're current position Echo Delta.
So nice and straightforward. We'll discuss that in a little while. Once we're at cruise, we've done our top of climb checks.
Not in my airspace, you're south of my sector. You may monitor Unicom for now 122.8.
Okay, switching Unicom 122.8 for Sierra Echo Whiskey Echo Bravo. Many thanks. Have a great evening. Bye.
You too. So.
So Gordon, any possibility I could put out an updated RNAV tutorial?
Lufthansa 66 at the block. Thank you for the great
So
service.
the last one I created is still current. The one about using nav FPA because final approach mode doesn't work. So yeah, that one does still work. Once final approach mode works, I'll update that.
Sky Travel 8856, Lang Radar, hello.
Hyacinth, you just finished the flight with the Antonov 225. Oh,
Squawk 2224.
devastating.
A56.
But when you compare it
Level 8,
with
856,
what's actually happening, then it's only metal, isn't it? As heartbreaking as it is. I don't want to go too much down that route because we keep politics off this channel. It's not what it's for. But just in terms of the Antonov 225, yeah,
856, flight level
my eldest's favourite aircraft.
8856, Langen, identified.
And I always said one day we'd see it together.
Confirm level 340 if your final level.
Maybe that's still true one day. They vowed to rebuild, but
Level 8856, climb flight
I
level
don't think
340.
rebuild is possible given the photo I saw earlier.
340, Skytrail A56.
FedEx 5030, switch Unicom 122.8.
This ATC chap sounds very happy, doesn't he? Probably because it's Friday.
Switch Unicom 122.8, true.
Unicom 122.8, danke für den Service.
Now, the high pressure I spoke about
6 Kilo Alpha, Langen, identified, climb
at the start of the stream, this is what the high pressure gives you.
Speedbird 992, switch Unicom 122.8.
Little tufts of cloud, and that's it.
Over to Unicom 992.
Von der 3 Charlie Mike Route Taxi.
Condor 3 Charlie Mike Taxi holding point runway 05 right via Papa 1 Mike Lima 9er.
Langen radar, guten Abend, Having 15 Delta Sierra, with you passing flight level 130 inbound, November Yankee Kilo Golf.
Number 15 Delta Sierra Langen radar, hello, identified. With a 2744
Jonstein, I think you've summed that up quite nicely. We can mourn the loss of such a symbolic aircraft, whilst acknowledging that loss of life is far worse. You'd exchange any aircraft for a single innocent life, but doesn't mean it's not a loss. Absolutely right.
05 Whiskey Victor active runway 05 right.
And people did indeed mourn Notre Dame when it burnt. Not that different in some ways.
005 right, QNH 1020.
Though I wonder how many people worshipped in the Antonov.
Langen radar, good evening.
That's not to say I wouldn't. What a marvel of engineering.
San Bravo 14 Cologne, request our clearance to Bristol, please.
Oh, about 500 feet to go, then we're at top of climb.
To you. Active runway 14 left, the QNH 1019er, cleared Bristol, Nervenich 1 Quebec departure, climb via SID 5000, squawk 2004.
Cleared to Bristol, QNH 1.
And there's Alt Cruz.
The Nova 1 Quebec departure, departing runway 14 left. Initial climb 5000, squawking 2004, runner 5 correct November.
5 Quebec November, read that correct. Two stations.
Radar 3933 with you at stage 0.
Claudia 933 Lang radar, hello, identified.
20 cent 933.
With a 2744 Langen identified direct Rotec.
Chef 5 Biscuit Scooter, ready for approach. I'm in taxi.
Sierra 5, Whiskey Victor, taxi via Lima 9er, holding point runway 05 right.
So this is going to be interesting today. I need to do a fuel check when we get to Tenley. We've not been burning quite as much fuel as I expected in the Airbus recently. So I've dropped my fuel factor to +6. I'm going to see how that works out. So let me just work out what we should have when we get to Tenley.
Lufthansa 6 Kilo Alpha, direct Bombi, climb flight level 340.
So what did I pop in extra? 6, 7, 8, about 800 kilograms extra. So we should have around 3 tons.
2 stations.
That's
39.
not looking far off.
33, cleared Norco to Alpha arrival, descend flight level 260 to be leveled Norco.
Okay, to Alpha 260 at Norco, 39.
Yeah, obviously the Antonov could lift things that no other aircraft could lift. Quite right too.
Let me see, Rolex 3 Delta, descend flight level 2.
And it was vital in the fight against the pandemic, providing PPE, vaccines by the millions, of course.
Ready for departure.
Off the wall photography, you sat there in the middle and the drinks trolley hasn't arrived. At €12 for a coffee, you hope it doesn't.
Wind 030 degrees 10 knots, runway 05 right, clear takeoff.
Clear to...
I tell you, always better to have a tad more fuel than needed than a tad less. Yes, but if you don't burn as much fuel by a considerable amount, like we were landing with sometimes a ton extra. Well, if you're landing on somewhere like Jersey, Gibraltar, then potentially that could screw up your landing. Laurie, did you saw the Antonov takeoff last takeoff from Billund? Weird knowing it's gone now, yeah. Rotfib cost index was 8, I think, today.
The Meves 90, climbing to 5,000, and transponder is 2102.
Okay, let's crack on with working out our top of descent today. Dark Fury, the 225 was a regular Doncaster. Really? I know the 124s are. I've seen those a couple of times. Not seen the 225 though. When was that last in Donny? Right, so I need to pop. I need a top of descent here at Abbott. We want to be flight level 80, 2.5 miles prior to that. So let's use our fixers page. Currently.
For Mike, no, band 3 for Alpha Mike. Switch Unicom, 122.8.
122.8, thanks for the service. Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike. Bye bye.
You too, bye bye.
Oh, suddenly I'm kind of relieved. That was a loud frequency. Let's work out our top of descent. We want to lose 30,000 feet. So 30 times 3, that's obviously 90, that's 90 miles. What's our wind doing? Wind, slight headwind, slow down a little bit as well. Add 10 miles to that, obviously gives you 100 feet, and then if you want to be really picky, add 2.5 miles, because it's actually 2.5 miles from Abbott, the waypoint I'm going to use. So let's call it a nice round 105 miles, then we're going to be happy. We can monitor that as we go down. So let's pop in our fixers page. Abbott, A-B-B-O-T, have I spelled that correctly? A-B-B-O-T, yep. We'll pop that in and pop a radius there of 105 miles away from Abbott. And now have a look at our navigation display. There it is. Okay, how we're going to do the arrival should be nice and straightforward actually. So, obviously, as we've just said, we're going to be flight level 80 by Abbott, 250 knots. We want to be 6,000 feet at 15 miles from the Barclay VOR, in which case we can also use our RadNav page just to help us with that. So that's Bravo Kilo Yankee. Get that in there. I mean, these are all points in the flight plan anyway. If I scroll down, you'll see those. So yeah, there's Abbott. Interesting. Why has it got a hold in there? I mean, there is a hold built in there, and it says do not proceed beyond Abbott without ATC clearance. But the fact it's got a pre-built hold in there, I'm not sure about that. I'm going to clear that out. We'll add it back in if we need to. That's why it's always worth checking the flight plan to see what's happening. So there's Abbott, there's 50 miles from Barkway. We've then got 18 miles from Barkway. And then obviously down to 3 miles, 9 miles, 3,000 feet. There it is, you can see just here. And then we've got the final approach fix as it comes around. So the plan will be with ATC clearance, I think, here. We're going to lowest speed 250 knots as we approach the downwind 9 miles from Barkway. Then I make sure we're at a green dot. Flaps 1 as we make the base turn, pull 180 knots, flaps 2 with the glide. Should be nice and straightforward. On arrival then, landing runway 04 right, vacating Papa Romeo. Yeah, Papa Romeo, and then to whichever apron they give us. So that should be a nice arrival brief. Threats to be aware of. There aren't very many coming in into Stansted. Nice long runway as well at 3,049 meters. All's good. James, the 225 came to Prestwick a couple of years ago, managed to gridlock the town. I remember that, and me and my lad were looking, thinking, oh, wish we were there. Christopher Shaw, good afternoon to you. Fly Eagle 320, what's my opinion on the latest update? Honestly, I don't. This is only my second full flight since it happened, so can't really say much really. Are we near Amsterdam? Just wind the range back in. So our fuel check's good. Amsterdam is out in front of us, about 32, 33 miles away. So Amsterdam Schiphol Airport is down here somewhere. It's quite a nice view, isn't it?
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we could be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Mark, you've had that thing happen a couple of times where the where the world disappears. Yes, happened in my stream recently, going up to Liverpool. Trying to see if I can see Schiphol at all. Oh, there it is, I think. I don't know if I can just see a runway down there. I mean, let's face it, Schiphol's got plenty to choose from. Ace Airstream, it seems that some of the discontinuity errors between the SID and the flight plan have been sorted. What discontinuity errors are there? There's usually discontinuity between the SID and the flight plan. That's not really a bug. Direct Dutch on Twitch, you just heard us on Langdon Radar. Have a nice flight. Thank you very much, Direct Dutch. Hope you're headed somewhere nice. I can just see the buildings of Amsterdam spawning in. Yeah, there's Amsterdam down here. There's the main airport, and then 18 left is probably there. It's miles away, isn't it? Quite hazy as well. Of course, they have the air density, the aerosol density as well in the sim, don't they? So if it is hazy, it's represented here as well, which is nice. Sometimes you can fly and it's crystal clear, you can see everything. Okay, so for those of you that have arrived a little late, our arrival brief is as follows. We're going to come in on runway 04 at Stansted on the Rinnes 1 Alpha. That brings us in via Abbott. And the transition altitude is 6,000 feet. Let's check our platform altitude. That's the wrong chart. Get rid of that. That's runway 22. Get rid of that. Pull the right chart up. We're not using runway 22 as initially planned. It's runway 04. There we are. So, platform altitude 2,500 feet, so we're going to have quite a late turn to final. A short final. MSA, as we're coming in, is really nice and low at Stansted, isn't it? As you can see, as we're going to be coming in from the northeast, 1,800 to begin with, and then 2,000 feet, 2,100 feet when we're on final. So minimum safe altitude in this final sector, 2,100. And I'm gonna just, whilst we're on this screen here, I've got the McDo in front of me, of course. I'm gonna just do an ATSU request, AOC. We'll get the weather request in for Stansted and Luton as well. So that's just been sent off. But I believe runway visibility range is still above 550 meters, which is going to give us a Cat 1 of 532. ILS frequency is 1105 and airfield elevation is 332. Missed approach straight ahead, not above 3,000 feet, and at 2 miles ILS DME left turn to the 103 radial inbound, cross 5 miles Barkway at 3,000, continue to the VOR and hold. So we'll pop that in the fixes page as well in a moment. Old novice pilot, will I be flying over Birchanger services? Absolutely no idea. I don't know. Unless the service is on the M1, I don't know it. Joan, am I flying online? I'm on VATSIM, on the VATSIM network. Right, so I've just got the weather in for London Stansted. Let's see what's happening, shall we? Visibility is 8,000 meters, light rain, broken 500, broken 800. Right, now let's see if it says anything about low visibility procedures and when they would commence. Noise abatement, nighttime low vis. Here we go. Pilots will be formed by ATIS when low vis is in place. Right, okay, well there's nothing in the ATIS just yet. Right. Just doing a quick check actually to see if Stansted ATIS mentions low vis. Standard information Sierra, time 1620, runway 04, runway condition is wet, wet, wet. Transition level 070, surface winds 320 at 7 knots, visibility 6 kilometers, light rain, overcast 400 feet, temperature 6, dew point 5, QNH is 1019. Nothing about low vis. And that is information Sierra. Alright, Cat 1 it is, but Let's hope we drop out the clouds nice and able to be able to see it. How are we doing? Where's our top of descent? Oh, still a while away yet. Right, let's get that information into the performance page then, shall we? So QNH 1019. Oh, nope, it's not that high. That temperature is +6. Oh, wrong box. Try again. Wind was 320 at 7. Bit of a crosswind actually. Transition altitude 6,000 feet and the barrow 532. There we go. Valco, let's do a fuel check. Been flying for 34 minutes. Bang on time. We should have 2.4 tons of fuel. We've got 2.8, so we're still well within limits. Now let's pop that go around procedure in, shall we? So just bring that back up. Oh, I don't like my wired mouse. Need to recharge some batteries. So let me just minimize that a little bit. So flight plan, fixes page. Let's pop in Barkway, Bravo Kilo, Yankee, and the 283. We're going to fly 283 or the 103 inbound track. There it is. So now if I there's that inbound track just showing an infinite line, but there it is. That will make more sense if I show you that on the plan page, then go to the flight plan page. Let's just zoom in a little bit and you'll see then. That'll make hopefully a lot more sense as we come in. Yeah, so if we do a missed approach, take off 3,000 feet, and at 2 miles make a left-hand turn to intercept, basically fly along the blue line, then hold at Barkway. Right, here comes London's ATC. So we're contacting London Centre 1271. Off the Wall Photography, thank you for subscribing. London, good afternoon, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Flight level 380, direct Nogro.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, hello, descend flight level 180, Rinnis 1 Alpha arrival.
180 on the Rinnis 1 Alpha, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Skytrail A56, flight level 340.
Thrust idle, open descent 180 blue. Down we go.
Sky Travel 8856, hello, Tebra 2 Golf arrival, descend flight level 300.
Descend flight level 300 and
Stansted ground is also on line 12172.
Oh right, yes. Descender 1522, descend flight level 140, level by Abton.
Lufthansa 1522, descend flight level 140, level by Abton.
Tomjet 7638, report your passing altitude.
Tomjet 7638, passing 4,500 feet.
Tomjet 7638, climb now, flight level 1.
So we've also, because we're looking basically flight level 80, just before Abbott, I've now got Abbott in the distance bearing 2, on the progress page so I can monitor our descent rate. 95 miles out.
Descent, we would like to leave the cockpit for max 10 minutes.
Roger, in that case, monitor Unicom
Just
now.
nicely
Good
below the
flight.
profile as well. Frank, good afternoon to you. Hope you're well and doing well. Hope the doctors weren't too invasive. No flight tonight, that's why we're getting an early one in now. We couldn't have a Friday. I couldn't leave you on a Friday without a flight. So, unfortunately, I am unavailable this evening.
Shuttle 35, continue your present heading. Report that heading.
Just bear with me a moment, please. Heading 325.
Thank you.
Speedbird 156 requesting QNH.
You don't need a QNH, you're at a flight level, so you should be on standard pressure 1013.
Roger.
London Control, Halimed 534 Alpha. Could we get the winds at East Midlands, please?
020 at 3 knots.
No winds. No winds at East Midlands. Although, if they were, 020 would give East Midlands a nice crosswind.
No speed restriction. FedEx 7721, descend flight level 80.
FedEx 771, descend flight level 80.
And for Lufthansa 1522, confirm no speed restriction?
Correct, no speed.
Free speed, Lufthansa 1522.
Free speed, getting him in nice and quick.
Wizz Air 47 Wizz Air 47, hello. Rinnis 1 November arrival and squawk 0516.
Rinnis 1 November arrival and squawk 0516 Wizz Air 47.
Okay, 80 miles from Abbott. Profile looks good.
Sky Travel 8856, fly heading 270 degrees, descend flight level 220. Shuttle 35, route direct Trent again, and descend flight level 120.
Direct Trent.
Frank, how did I know when to contact London Control? They just sent me a contact. Contact me.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, sorry that message wasn't for you, but yes, continue descent.
Roger, we just about to say we deleted that by mistake. 34 Alpha Mike, continuing descent flight level 180.
With Air 47, descend flight level 300.
Yeah, I heard V-Pilot go, drink. I'm like, where's that message? Can't see that.
Sky Travel 8856, descend flight level
No matter, doesn't affect us.
And fly heading 270 degrees.
Fly heading 270 and fly level 220.
Glare coming off the sun.
Speedbird 9153, Kidley 1 Golf arrival. When you're ready, descend flight level 150 and be level at Kidley.
Be level at Kidley in Kidley 1 Golf arrival and descend flight level 150, Speedbird 9153.
Oh, that message has actually just come through. So, yeah, London Control told me to start descending, please. Yeah, we were already on our way down. He said that was sent in error. Never mind.
Sky Travel 8856, speed 270 knots or less.
Profile still looking good at this stage.
270 or less. Sky Travel 8856.
It's going to get very dark, isn't it, beneath these clouds?
1522, contact London 132.6,
Dark and gloomy.
Goodbye.
Lufthansa 1522, 132.6, see ya.
Bye.
We may also end up on 132.6. Not quite sure where the sectors are split up.
With Air 47, route direct Wicked, descend flight level.
Wicked? Where's that waypoint? I've not heard that before.
Level 260 and direct to Wicked for Wizz Air 47.
Shuttle 35, nothing further now. Monitor Unicom 1228. Goodbye.
122, that's right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Christy, how's the weather in Stansted?
4 Papa descend flight level 80.
Dull, grey, raining.
Descend flight level 80.
If I just said English weather,
FedEx 7721.
I think that about sums it up.
119.725.
On takeoff 33119.725.
Lufthansa 2 Alpha Uniform, turn left heading 210 degrees.
Left heading 210 degrees.
Simple takeoff since the latest update.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, descend flight level 110 and fly direct to Lambourne, Lima Alpha Mike.
Descend flight level 110 direct Lima Alpha Mike. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Sky Travel 8856, descend flight level 140.
Is Lambourne in our flight plan?
Distance flight level 140,
Nope.
A56.
London Tyrant 81. Tyrant 81, London, pass your message.
Target 1, thank you. Unified Tycoon, climbing out, corning speed, passing.
Oh, good lords, where's that taking me to? Where's Lambourne?
Tyrant 81, roger, remain outside controlled airspace for 1 moment. Just need to coordinate with another controller. Brake, Suvid 146, monitor Unicom, bye.
Yeah, it shouldn't have done that.
Speedbird 146, can you repeat?
Speedbird 146, monitor Unicom, goodbye.
Lambourne's a VOR.
Monitor Unicom.
Where is it?
Runway 047, we've got a little bit of an old air rack, don't have wicked in our arrival. We've got the runway 1 Alpha, is that okay?
With a 47, not to worry, yeah, Luton changed all of their stars last cycle, so heading 270 degrees and descend flight level 200.
Okay, we are actually going direct Lambourne. It's just not showing us where it is. Off the wall photography, yeah, Lambourne is a Heathrow hold.
Left heading 215.
Which is strange. He knew where we were going though because he gave us the Rex Star. So
uniform report you're heading to
they
London,
maybe just be bringing us in a different way.
Report heading to 132.6, Lufthansa 12 uniform. Bye-bye.
But our flight plan looks a mess at the minute.
No worries. Speedbird 9153, contact London 132.6, goodbye.
London 132.6, Speedbird 9153. Get
Sky Travel 8856.
Lambourne is there. It is showing.
Abtom, cross Abtom.
I reckon they're going to take us in via Lambourne and then fly us in north. So Lambourne's over here, and then they're going to bring us in north to Stansted.
Sky Travel 8856, negative, route direct to Abtom and be level flight level 140 by Abtom.
Oh, redirect to Abtom and descend flight level 140.
So, tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to clear up the flight plan. Let's clear out
Good evening, London. Shuttle 3 Victor.
all of the waypoints on the approach.
Shuttle 3 Victor London, hello,
As
route direct to Bovingdon.
this has just been changed.
Honolulu 1 hotel arrival.
From present to Bovington, only 1 hotel arrival, Shuttle 3 Victor.
With Air 47, descend flight level 1.
Anti-ice coming on. Oh, that nice arrival plan we made coming in.
Was there 47?
Sky Travel 8856, report the speed restriction.
So yeah, we're going to come in from the south now.
32.6, goodbye.
Now we've tied up the flight plan though, I can see we've got 72 track miles. Nicely below that profile. We're going to just slow down that rate of descent though.
Direct to Abtom now.
Yeah, I'm direct to Abtom now.
Thank you.
Okay, seatbelt signs coming on. Approach checklist, seatbelt signs on. Arrival briefing is completed. Minimums 532 set. Engine mode select to normal. EFB stowed.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, fly heading 260 degrees and descend flight level 70.
Heading 260, fly descend to flight level 70. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. So, heading flight level 070.
40 on the ground, Meds, request clearance Heathrow. Boeing 4 Sierra Tango, hello, cleared Heathrow, Daventry 3, November departure, and Squawk 5266. Cleared Heathrow, Daventry 3, November departure, Squawk 5266.
Simple takeoff, you caught the Gibraltar arrival at 2 AM last night. You nearly didn't wake up for work. You could have watched it tonight instead, because there's no live Friday night flight.
Boeing 4 Sierra Tango, you can report ready for departure, holding Whiskey 1, the QNH is 1020. QNH 1020, Wilco, Baron 4 Sierra Tango. Sorry, the station looking for a transit corridor, I completely forgot off that coordination. Say again the call sign?
Yeah, it's Torrent 81, but we can go
Going to clear Lamborn out of there as well now.
No, it's not busy. Let me just get your details up. Torrent 81, Squawk 47.
Marino Codes, hello to you on Twitch. Those clouds look amazing. This time of day with the low sun, isn't it? They really do look stunning.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you may have noticed that we have just begun our final descent into our destination.
Torrent 81, thank you. Identified deconfliction service outside, and is that the Litchfield radar corridor up there?
So we're looking to enter Litchfield, we're just currently running outside.
Roger, and requested level?
Flight level 140.
Siren 81, roger. Cleared to transit the Litchfield radar corridor, flight level 140.
Cleared transit to Litchfield radar corridor, flight 140, deconfliction service outside.
Shuttle 14, disregard. Wizz Air 47, descend flight level 70.
Descend level 70, Wizz Air 47.
So, just concentrating, of course, on ATC at the moment.
81, that's correct. There's currently no
monitoring flight plan and the profile, etc.
Anywhere around the corridor.
Which is why I'm not talking too much at this stage. So we're now coming in from the south instead of the north.
Heathrow 119.
Saved us a bit of track mileage though, might get us in a bit quicker too, which is nice.
Heathrow now 119.75, cheers for the service, show 145, bye bye.
Shuttle 3 Victor, when ready, descend flight level 80.
When ready, descend 80, Shuttle 3 Victor.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, it's vectors runway 04 at Stansted, descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1019.
Vectors for runway 04, descend altitude 4,000, QNH 1019, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Wizz Air 47, it's vectors ILS runway 25 at Luton.
Vectors ILS runway 25 at Wizz Air 47.
So 4,000 blue, VS of 1,500. Lights coming on. Direct Dutch, mine too is Fly Live Studio. Right, it's about to get dark. Thrust idle, open descent. Let's lose some speed.
London,
activate the approach phase.
It's going to be lifting at Utox servicing northbound for the Royal Stoke Hospital.
India Sierra Echo Delta is identified.
34 Alpha, roger. East Midlands QNH 1020.
1020, Halimed 534 Alpha, thanks.
So yeah, just again nicely below the profile at the moment.
Wizz Air 47, turn left heading 260 degrees.
260 degrees, Wizz Air 47.
Seems to take an age, doesn't it, to actually get into these clouds. We've seen them coming from a while back, but here we go, it's going to get dark.
Running control, Golf Kilo Echo Romeo Yankee request.
Make sure the lights are turned on.
Golf Kilo Echo Romeo Yankee London, hello, pass your details.
Golf Kilo Echo Romeo Yankee is a type Robin DR400, currently about 5
There's the
nautical
glide
miles
slope.
north of TNT, Tango November Tango. Request clearance to transit Class D airspace.
Just get beneath
Kilo
that.
Echo Romeo Yankee,
We still need to get down to
Roger.
green dot and configure.
Squawk 4552.
Here we go. Pea soup and rain coming up.
42 Golf Kilo Echo Romeo Yankee.
That's 4552.
4552.
Now remember, guys, we're probably not going to see this runway until quite late.
172. I'm at 3,000 feet. Just departed from Liverpool. Request flight following to Heathrow, please.
Charlie Alpha 172, Roger. If you just departed Liverpool, you're outside my airspace for now, but I think that's you that hasn't turned your transponder on. So could you squawk mode Charlie, please?
Squawk mode Charlie. Charlie Alpha 172.
Golf Romeo Yankee, you're identified as the basic service outside.
I'm wondering
report your requested routing.
How low is going to get us,
1020.
and how late is going to swing us in on this final.
12, route overhead East Midlands.
Golf Romeo Yankee negative, QNH is 1020, that's 1020.
Starting to get dark.
1020, Golf Romeo Yankee.
Golf Romeo Yankee, thanks. Report your level.
Remember, the platform altitude here is 2,500 feet, and that's only around 5.5 miles that you'd intercept the glide slope at that height.
Okay, you're indicating 2,100 for me. Just double check you got the right pressure set there.
I expect to see some rain
Stand by with it.
shortly.
4,000 feet, QNH 1020.
Yep, QNH 1020.
No, stand by. Wizz Air 47, descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1020.
Descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1020, Wizz Air 47.
Then Golf Romeo Yankee, just report your altitude again.
Altitude 2,200 on 1020.
Golf Romeo Yankee.
For a minute there, I thought that was snow on the ground. It's not. The ground is wet, so it's reflecting the sun. It's amazing, isn't it?
Clear to transit north to south, not above 3,000 VFR, Golf Romeo Yankee.
Golf Romeo Yankee, correct.
Yeah, so this is what we expect now. ATC will hit 4,000 feet. We'll
47,
slow down to green dot.
280 degrees. Report established on the low
Base
side
turn
at
flaps
runway
1,
25.
flaps 2 with the glide.
Turn right in 280 degrees and we'll report localizer of runway 25 for Wizz Air 47.
Golf Hotel Kilo Sierra, we've got flight level 190.
Golf Hotel Alpha Kilo Sierra, hello, squawk 034.
Christy, when's the flex temp coming? Hopefully within the next couple of weeks. We've just done a major update to it, so now we're just trying to break it again.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, turn right heading 270 degrees.
Right heading 270, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Golf Kilo Sierra, Finma 1 Lima arrival, route direct Bombo.
Cinema 1 Lima arrival, route direct Bombo, Golf Kilo Sierra.
Shuttle 3 Victor.
Yeah, so we can see air traffic control's plan now, can't we?
725, goodbye.
49725, goodbye.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, check QNH 1019.
Descend altitude 3,000, QNH 1019 for Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, so we're going to start reducing our speed now as he's slowly starting to bring us on the final.
Wind for London, for East Midlands Airport.
Surface wind 0203 knots.
Roger, Golf Romeo Yankee.
Tyrant 8-1 leaving controlled airspace in 7
Primary
miles.
flight display is rather bright now. We're under the clouds, aren't we? Still not fully under them though. I'm expecting it to get much darker soon. Christian, breaking stuff is your speciality. Good. And have fun. Enjoy.
Wizz Air 47 gone through the localizer there. Left turn 225.
There's Alt Star.
Descent to altitude 3,000 feet.
My apologies, I completely forgot about that. 2200.
Alpine 3-4 Alpha Mike, turn right heading 305, descend to altitude 2,000 feet.
Right heading 305, descend altitude 2,000 feet. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Speed check, flaps 1.
Outside now, score conspicuity, frequency change approved. Goodbye, my service terminates.
Thank you guys, pretty cool. And
Open descent 2,000 blue.
Wizz Air 47, cleared ILS, runway 25.
Cleared ILS, runway 25, Wizz Air 47, cheers.
Radar altimeter is alive.
London, Halimed 534 Alpha. It's going to be final.
That
for
was
the
painful.
University Hospital of North Staff.
Roger. Alpine 3-4 Alpha Mike, turn right heading 005, cleared ILS, runway 04.
Right, 005, cleared ILS, runway 04. Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike. Try again with that, shall we? There we go. Alt Star, glide slope, lock blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2. Reduce speed 180 knots. Lock Star, ding the cabin whilst we're there.
Control, hello, Speedbird 138. Speedbird 138, hello, Logan to hotel arrival, route direct Sabre.
Logan to hotel arrival, route direct Sabre, Speedbird 138.
Wizz Air 47, wind 3.
8 mile final.
9 knots, runway 25, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 25, Wizz Air 47.
Boeing 4 Sierra Tango, traffic information for you is a Diamond, what is it? It's a Robin, even. Light aircraft.
A Diamond, a Robin, Blackbird, Blue Tit. Here comes the glide slope.
Should be remaining north of field there for your departure.
321 now, the autopilot disconnect was my error, so no report needed. Flaps 2.
Runway 27, clear takeoff.
Good takeoff 27, Speedbird 47, correction.
And let's start to reduce speed.
Yankee traffic information for you is a 777, just
glide slope star.
27 with a left-hand turnout.
Missed approach altitude is set. 5.5 mile final.
27 threshold.
Gear.
Not below altitude 1,000 feet.
Spoilers.
Threshold,
Flaps 3, speeds checked. Flaps 3.
Kilo Sierra, when you are ready, descend flight level 130.
Please ensure your 130, Golf Kilo Sierra.
Alpine 34 Alpha Hotel, the surface wind is 320 degrees at 8 knots, runway 04, clear to land.
Confirm 34 Alpha Mike, clear to land, runway 04.
Ready for landing.
That is correct. Brake, Seabird 138 when you're ready.
Lovely, flaps full. Let's hope we can see the runway in a moment. Flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin is secure. Auto thrust speed. Go around altitude 3000 set. ECA memo. Landing no blue. And there's the runway. Given the poor visibility, leave the autopilot engaged a little longer than normal. Bit of a crosswind as well, coming in from the left, as we can see. Remember the go around is basically follow the blue brick road on the navigation display to the left. Autopilot disconnect. I have control.
500.
400.
It's blown ever so slightly off that centre line. Just try and get it back on.
300.
Ignore the pappies for now. We're low enough that they become unusable.
Minimum 200.
Continue.
$100.
Pappies and Gladslope's bugged there, isn't it?
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Bit of a hump in that runway, or was that my imagination? Anyway, spoilers deployed, reverse green, descent.
47 vacated, runway 25.
That is a lumpy runway. 70 knots, reverses off.
Reserve 47, thank you. Taxi stand 4 to right via Alpha, Delta and Echo.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Alpha Delta and Echo to stand 4 to right. Reserve 47, thank you.
We asked
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, hold short of hotel and contact ground 121.725. Good night.
Short of hotel and over to ground. Thank you very much. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Good night.
Please make sure that you take
Good night. Boeing 4 Sierra Tango, report your passing altitude.
underneath the seat.
Passing 2000, Boeing 4 Sierra Tango.
Boeing 4 Sierra Tango, climb flight level 150.
Flight level 150, Boeing 4 Sierra Tango.
Golf River Yankee, sorry, I forgot to inform you earlier. It's radar control inside of controlled airspace. Leaving controlled airspace in 5 miles, again, no with a basic.
Complete your EasyJet journey. For the latest news, promotions,
Roger, Golf River Yankee.
information,
Golf Kilo Sierra, descend, flight level 7.
Twitter, or EasyJet app.
Ground Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. With you.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, Stansted ground, good afternoon, welcome to Stansted. Taxi stand 13 left, via left turn onto hotel, link Alpha.
Left turn hotel link Alpha, stand 13 left. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Ooh, quick scurry of the charts. Stand 13 left is here. Link Alpha? Oh, that would be here. Okay.
And Ryanair 36 Lima Hotel, hold position at Lima 1 and contact London Control.
So, in front of the
Have a nice day.
fire station, which is just here.
Hold Lima 1 and 127.1 for London.
So, left onto hotel.
36 Lima Hotel, bye.
Two parallel taxiways to the runway here at Stansted, which is a threat in itself. So it's going to be right here, which is link Alpha. Of the wall photography, indeed. Where's Buckingham Palace? It's actually quite a long way from London Stansted. Okay, where are we? 13, stand 13. Oh, actually, this is handcrafted scenery, so we've got, yeah, we've got the lovely numbers on the ground. Stand 14, we want 13 left, which I would presume is going to be this next turn. So let's get the taxi light off so we don't blind the ground crew. Here it is. stand 1-3 left. How are we doing with the parking position? Oh, it's not bad. We can perhaps roll forward a little further. That's where Marshall is coming to their own, isn't it? There we go. That will do quite nicely. Okay, parking brake is set. APU is up and running. Let's get the APU bleed turned on. And let's shut our engines down. So, shutting down engine 1. Engine 2. It's a bit dark here. Let's put the lights on. And we can now turn off seatbelt signs, turn off the anti-ice, of course. Lower than 10% N1 beacon light can come off. And with that, let's connect the external power. There we are. While passengers are on board, of course, always leave the APU bleed on during these COVID times. Wonder if that will ever change now. Look at that band of rain. Well, that literally is, isn't it? Just moving across the UK. So looking at this, I expect to go outside, walk Captain George after this, sorry, First Officer George after this, and see blazing sunshine. I won't hold my breath. Let's see if we can just spawn some ground vehicles here, shall we? As the jet, we're going to make a manoeuvre to us as well. I guess not. The passenger's just going to have to jump. Never mind. Right, guys, thank you so much for your company this Friday afternoon. I hope all of you have got a great weekend lined up. As I say, we did an early flight tonight because we didn't have... I'm sadly not going to be available for our live stream on a Friday evening as per usual tonight, so we snuck one in a little bit earlier for you today. I hope you've got something great planned for the weekend. Thank you to those of you who have donated and contributed to the channel during today's flight, and to our EasyJet SimPilot channel members. As always, thank you so much for your continued support. For those mid and higher tier level channel members, remember that SimSmart, the Takeoff performance calculator, it's now been updated, a major update to version 1.16 beta testing version, which has hopefully cleared out a lot of bugs and erroneous messages that you may have been receiving. So hopefully we're getting closer and closer to releasing this. Looking forward to that in the not too distant future. Thanks so much, everyone. I look forward to seeing you next week, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye bye.